you know what, I'm gonna go full out. I'm gonna have the most dramatic look, in the entirety of Eurovision.
Hello everyone, I'm Bogdan from Eurovision Ireland, and today I'm so lucky to have with me none other than Andrada Popa from Selectia Nationala Eurovision straight from Romania. Hello Andrada, how are you?
Hello, good evening. I'm good. I am stressed. I am nervous. I'm excited. It's a combination of a lot of emotions at the moment, walking into the Eurovision week.
Yes, it's the final moments. So for the ones who don't know more about you, can you please tell us a few words? Who is Andrada Popa?
Who is Andrada Popa? Well, it's always hard to answer this question because I always kind of describe myself as Andrada the person and Andrada the artist, because obviously we're two different people matched into one. I would say that as an artist, I try to be as authentic as I can. I try to be vulnerable. I try to be honest with my feelings and the way that I see the world, and I try to transpire that into my music. I am a very passionate person in general, whether it's my work or whether it's my life, my friends, my dog, my family. I'm a very passionate person and I love a lot. And in terms of me as an artist, I went to Eurovision when I was a kid. I went to Eurovision in 2008. I represented Romania in Cyprus. That was quite an experience and probably paved the way for me as an artist. And then I was in a band that was quite big in Romania. I was in Lala Band. I was in a TV show that, again, I was not an actress. And then I became an actress overnight. And then I decided to study musical theater. So I went to London and I got a degree in musical theater. So yes, my life has kind of, whether I wanted it or not, it always came back to being a performer. So no matter what I've done outside of performing, I always ended up performing regardless. So
Yeah,
here we are today. Yeah.
That's a really full and complete journey. You anticipated my question because people might not have known that you went to Junior Eurovision before. Do you think that's one of the reasons you decided to participate this year in actual adult Eurovision?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was a combination of, it was in the UK, which obviously holds a really special place in my heart because I've spent 5 years in the UK and I always go back and forth anyway. So I have lots of friends there. I have my colleagues. I've got people that I work with. So to me, it would have been, and it still is, because the final isn't here yet, but it would be such an honor to be able to represent Romania in the UK and kind of just merge the two together, because I do think both have formed me as a person and as an artist. So yes, I do think it played. I mean, the reason why I wanted to go was, number one, because I did go to Eurovision Junior and people kept telling me, Andrada, why don't you go to the big one? Why don't you try it out? And I kind of just always put it at on the back burner, and I just said, I'll do it eventually. And then this year I was like, you know what, maybe this year is the time to do it. So yes, I applied and then here we are. But yes, to answer your question, yes, it did play a role amongst other reasons.
Yeah, maybe this year will be the time for you. So I was thinking,
I like that fun.
If you're gonna represent Romania this year, you're gonna be the first Romanian artist to go both at Junior and Senior Eurovision. How would you?
Oh, that's actually kind of cute. I did not think about that. Maybe I should have used that as a promotion plan. Yeah, I didn't think that. But it would be quite a full journey. It would be like a full circle. It would be cool.
You will be the first and always remember in the history. About your song. Tell us about your song, how it came to be, how the collaboration, how it happened. No time for me.
How it came to be. So, it was a very natural process, I would say. When we got into the studio, me and Ciprian, my producer, we got into the studio and we just started writing. And whenever I write, I try to be honest with how I feel. It's as a songwriter, it's impossible to force yourself to write about something that you don't know about, that you're not passionate about, something that doesn't hold any type of space in your heart. It's hard to write about something that isn't heavy on your heart. So I was just thinking about everything that I was going through and, just the move and constantly moving from a place to another, never really knowing where I am. And people always saying oh, Andrada, you always leave. You always move to a different place. We never know where you are. Where do you want to be in the world? So I guess that's kind of how the concept started. It was this feeling of I don't know where I belong. I kind of belong everywhere, and I leave parts of me in different places, but I never fully immerse myself into one country and one single house. And I've moved so many houses, I've moved countries, and I just kind of wanted to write about this feeling of figuring out who you are and discovering yourself, whilst also having to leave certain parts of you behind, and leaving people behind, and leaving places behind. And I guess that's kind of how the song came about. It was just like it was like a letter, like it was like writing a letter to my younger self and to my older self at the same time, just kind of saying, I know that you feel like you don't have time. I know that you feel like you have to do everything all at once. But towards the end of the song, it's like, actually no, it's your brain lying to you. It's your brain playing, jokes on you, because in reality, there is time. You just worry too much because you feel pressured by people and society and all of this. So yeah, that's kind of how the song came about and what I wanted to send as a message to people. And the response was incredible in terms of not everyone relates to it, but the people who relate to it truly relate to it. And I got messages from people saying, I'm so glad that I have someone who feels the same way. I thought I was the only one. And that to me is the most important thing with everything that I write. If someone can say, hey, I feel a bit less lonely, hey, I feel a bit more understood. No one managed to put my feelings into words the way that you did it for me. That to me is just fantastic. So yeah.
But that's great. It's really an uplifting song, and it gives the journey from, oh, maybe I'm hopeless now, I have hope towards the end. It's really important.
Yeah, that's the journey. That's the journey of the song.
It's really important, Eurovision, to connect with your audience. So I hope that we're gonna have an amazing show, and you're gonna connect beautifully with the camera, because lots of artists so far I've seen, they kind of miss the connection with the audience. But in your case, I know you can transmit a lot of emotion through your song. I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Hearing your song, it kind of reminded me of Never Enough from The Greatest Showman.
Oh, okay. That's
cool. You maybe have like such a stage presence like that, like maybe like an opera with a big dress, maybe a hairdo, I don't know. Can you tell us anything about
You're not far. You're not wrong there. There will be a dramatic look. That's what I can promise you. I mean, the look that I went for, I just said to myself, you know what, whether I win or I lose, I want to go out with a bang. Like whatever happens, I'm not going to just take this lightly and just say, oh, maybe I won't win, so I'm not going to make an effort. It's like, no, whether I win or I lose, I mean, it's not losing anyway, because you're in the freaking final. Like, it's still a massive thing, and you get to share this message with people. So yes, obviously you win by going to Liverpool, but in reality, you still win by being on that stage. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to go full out. I'm going to have the most dramatic look, in the entirety of Eurovision, and just try and put on that show. It's like, maybe not everyone will vote for me. I'm sure that everyone has their favorites, and that's okay. But I want to me, it's like, I don't want to go to Eurovision and perform a song on a stage. To me, it's like, I want to create a story about the song. I want to have a whole look that talks about the song, and just, I want to have an artistic moment rather than Andrada's going on the stage and performing a song. That's like not what I'm going for. The whole, I want it to be an experience, I want to take you like on a journey. So that's the vibe that I'm going for.
I'm very excited hearing all your words, and I can't wait to see your performance in February, in a few days.
Yes, it's in a few days. Every day that goes by, I'm like, I need some, I need like a pill to calm me down. But I know that's not a good idea, so I'm not gonna do it.
I am sure you're gonna be brilliant. You're gonna be brilliant. Tell me, where can fans reach you on social media if they want to get in touch with you?
So I made it easy for people. All of my handles on like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, what else is there? YouTube, Spotify. I mean, with Spotify is a bit of a different one, because I have 2 Spotify profiles, because I do work with people in the UK on like a lot of TV projects and series and stuff like this. So I had to create 2 different profiles. So my Andrada Popa one actually has all of my cinematic tracks in work, and my pop stuff is actually on Andrada. So with Spotify is a bit different, but with everything else, I am This Is Andrada. That is my handle. So if you go This Is Andrada on any platform, you'll probably find me, and my website is www.andradapopa.com. So.
Okay, that's good. www.andradapopa.com. Okay.
Yes, I try to make it as easy as possible.
Okay, perfect. And last but not last, a message for your fans, for the ones who are rooting for you to represent Romania.
Oh, well, thank you for putting up with me in the last month, especially my friends and family who had to, see me struggle and stress out and just overall be exhausted. And a message to my, fans, just supporters. I'm weird about the word fan. It's like we're all people, But I would say thank you for, supporting my journey throughout the years. Thank you for being part of who I am today and for sticking around. I hope that you're gonna support me in this final because my heart cannot take it anymore. So yes, if you relate to the song, if you feel like you're a bit of a, if you feel like you have the same feelings as me towards the future, towards yourself, towards what you want in life, I would say vote No Time for Me. Number 3, it all rhymes. It's kind of great actually. So yes, if you can relate to the song, if you like the performance, if you like my dramatic look, and if you kind of feel anything whilst watching me or listening to me, then I will invite you to vote for No Time for Me in the final.
Thank you, that was brilliant. So everyone vote for number 3. Thank you so much, Andrada, for your time and best of luck. I'm really looking
Thank
forward
you so much.
to the
Thank you. And I'll see you on Saturday.
Bye, all. Say bye. Thank you.